Hey, Stoney here with another game of Mechabellum. I'm joined by Clint Leewood, and this is the Weekend Tournament European. At the bottom, we have Argoniur playing as a lead specialist, and he'll be up against MoonliteRainbow playing as a quick supply specialist. So, two very strong players. What do you think of this game so far? Clint, who do you think it will win?
Um, it's hard to say, right? I think as you get higher up in the MMRs, especially this late in the tournament, we're on round 4 now. Yeah. Um, I think it can be real coin flippy. I think any player with the right cards and the right techs and the how certain RNG goes, anybody can win.
Mhm.
But I almost wanted to call it out before the game started, but when I saw quick supply spec with crawler sledge, for me that is an immediate signal just to slam 2 sledgehammers and say figure it out. So
Four squads of Sledgehammer. I used to play that as quick supply, and I've stopped playing it. I'm now just favoring for like more chaff in the beginning. The reason for that is just with four Sledgehammers, they level so slowly. So I just really I didn't find a lot of success because when they stop leveling, then they stop being very effective. Starting into round 3 or 4, when the opponents start to bring in giants. Um, and it's also a bit of a tempo loss, right? Because right now, as a Argoniur, he can just go with something air. He can go with heavier chaff here because he already has the marksman. So there's a lot of things that he can do. Whereas Moonlight is kind of putting himself into a defensive position. He did get level 1 sledgehammer, which is quite impressive for that one round.
Yeah, and the other thing, right, is that Elite Spec has this just innate ability. If they go crawlers round 1, it is so hard to win.
Mm-hmm.
It is so hard to win. But we do see a level actually going on to one of the sledgehammers. We'll see if that does get a level. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. But we'll see how that goes. One of the what did I miss here?
So I think he skipped, or actually no, he took
grabbed
subsidized
armor.
steel ball, subsidized steel ball from Moonlight, heavy armor
Oh,
for
interesting.
Argoniur. More chaff. Did not upgrade the sledges, which I thought was a mistake because without upgrades, the sledges takes 2 shots to kill the crawler, and the crawler and sledges already have extremely slow fire rates. So I don't know. Not approve of the not upgrading.
And this is one of those funny things that Elite Spec can do. They can just drop a crawler on your right flank or left flank and immediately win it. It's just so brutal. And now, these marksmen get to have free range. It's brutal. These sledgehammers will slowly turn their turrets around. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the start you want to see with Elite Spec. You want to gain a lot of tempo early on.
Oh, yeah.
Because your mid game starts to falter, right? Like it's your late game and your early game that are the most strongest. But we do see that first unit pick. What are you grabbing here?
Fire Badger makes sense. Blue crawlers are very strong, and there's always like a constant threat of being overpowered by them. And Chaffler is also a good supplement to the card that Moonlight picked, which is subsidized steel ball. He can go pretty heavy onto range steel balls if he wants to. All the other units, I can't remember what the other units are. I saw the melting point, which is picked by Argoniur. But I think Moonlight, the Fire Badger, is a pretty decent option, and it sets him up for later rounds.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, what do you think about Argonier's pick with the melting point?
I think grabbing an early, quote unquote, free level 1 giant as Elite Spec is so big, right? Because the hard part with Elite Spec is that you have the 200 unlock cost and the 600 cost to purchase the unit. And in this way, you actually kind of save yourself some money. You also had heavy armor sitting around for a little bit. So, like, realistically, this is like a level 2 melting point without having to spend a level 2 melting point worth of
Mhm.
currency. So it's pretty strong, I think. I think it's just going to wall these sledgehammers, but we'll see. Maybe there's enough DPS over here.
There might be. I mean, the melters take about 5 seconds ish to kill a sledgehammer.
Looks like
Might
he
be.
barely gets through,
Barely gets through. Yep.
but he still loses the round. Going into round 4 now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There is a level up potential on the melting point. If you're Argoniur, I think you take that. Looks like Argoniur also sold out of the flank on the right. Do you think Moonlight should be selling off some fire badgers at this point, or are we all in on them?
Well, first of all, let's see the tanks. No armor piercing on the tanks. So they're not going to be the parry. There's just going to be chaff there. I would definitely get the tanks up to level 2 if you want to use it as a chaff there or start selling them. I would probably keep the tanks because they also contribute to this giant killing. Steel balls are added in with no range, so they're going to run into a bit of a problem against the Scorpion. But being a elite spec, here's the problem, right? You can only buy one Scorpion, which means on the other side, it's going to fall pretty quickly, and this tower is going to get taken.
Yeah, but Elite Spec gets one of their favorite cards, which is mass-produced X, right? Mass-produced anything on Elite Spec is almost always an auto pick in my mind. Mass-produced Scorpion here especially strong because a level 2 Scorpion mass-produced is still going to be one-shotting a lot of stuff. And yeah, like you said, left side is looking dire, but right side holding firm.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we do see the level up on the melting point. Makes sense. That's what I would have done.
Still takes a round though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Argoniur just barely holding onto this grip, but you can see how much closer these rounds are getting as we enter in the mid game. So this is like going to be like rounds 5 through 8 is what I consider the mid game, like somewhere between the second drop and the third drop.
Mm-hmm. Wraith gets insta-pick. I think it's going to be DJ Beam Wraith. It's not just for Chapter, but DJ Beam because it's going to hold up the... Yeah, there we go. DJ Beam Wraith. For... Rhino. Is that really the best spot for the Rhino? Running right into the melting point? I'm not sure.
And the Scorpion, yeah.
I
thought that was going to be Rhino Cash, honestly. But interesting.
All right. We got range on the balls. So they will stay a bit longer. But then you really have to deal with the Scorpions. And also the DJ Beam. DJ Beam into this combo is so strong. Everything here are dealing tickling damage under DJ Beam.
Yeah, it just takes that much longer for steel balls to ramp up, right? And that Rhino
that's a lot of freaking steel balls, though. Yeah, I don't know why the Rhino is on this side. Moving so much better than the other side.
Oh man, is this just too many steel balls?
Yep.
Oh wow. Storm tactics.
Oof. Excellent. I don't know.
Interestingly enough, the left side managed to hold, but the right side crumbled this time. I guess that Rhino really did make a difference, right?
Oh yeah.
Just a huge HP pool.
So around Moonlight, this is a immediate air spec on those marksmen. No questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
And then perhaps start thinking about some type of air chaff, because right now the number 1 contributor, number 2, I guess, number 1 contributor to steel ball deaths is Scorpions, but number 2 are these marksmen. So I would want to hold them off as long as they can. And with air spec marksmen popping up these level 1 raids, your air is going to be very strong.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, a level 2 marksman with air spec 2 shots of level 1 wraith. But especially if there's the attack buff in, and Moonlight did definitely take attack here. And there
There
it
we
is.
go.
Yeah, air
There's the
spec.
air spec.
Yeah. Another big upgrade this round, or tech upgrade this round, was Mecdiv. Mecdiv on the steel balls is going to make things very difficult for these scorpions to effectively clear.
Only if these wraith are dead. So he did
It's true.
add 2 more wraith, so that's going to be not just good against crawlers because they're level 2. They're now pretty good against steel balls as well.
Argoniur grabbing oil and oiling the right side, I completely agree with that. I think that's great. The Rhino was also sold off for that Rhino cache. The really spooky thing here is if Moonlight burns his army.
Oh, this one. Oh, that hurts. But left side seems to be doing work, but not enough chaff clear. Marksman unable to log onto the raid, and they're just doing way too much damage to this line.
Man, really smart plays, really heads up plays by Argoniur, I think.
Small tweaks, right? No big swings. It's just building onto the unit he already has.
Yep.
Like he's perfect for playing elite. Just kind of building things on.
Almost a GG right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, photon emission makes sense from both players here.
A lot better for Moonlight.
Yeah, usually these buffs favor the aggressor. Got a little shallow flank coming in from Moonlight as well. Very cool stuff.
Yeah. I think this one, the purpose is just draw these 2 units away.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And
the Wraith and the Scorpion.
Just throw these 2 away. The middle Scorpion was brought down very quickly last round. This one, I was watching the Scorpion. It got locked on very soon, and yeah. The elite spec don't have a lot of chaff flexibility because they're so expensive. So you really have to work on a chaff clear.
Something really smart here as well from Argoniur is these wasp pickups. If you look at the board, outside of Fangs and Marksman, there really isn't anything to handle this.
Exactly.
And the reality, right, is like wasps are easily countered by Mustangs, but if you can get that one round in, especially when your opponent's at 44 HP, that's sometimes all you need. Sometimes you just need a round. So might pay off dividends here.
Huge, because even if there's nothing left, the spotted wasp will kill these 2 marksmen, and that's the game.
Yeah. Oh,
I was gonna say I was really expecting mech rage on the sledgehammers.
yeah, I'm surprised on the range pickup too.
Yeah, like they had a suck on this. I'm not sure what the point for that is. Maybe against the wraith, because the Scorpion still one-shot them. Marksman probably still one-shot them. So what are you trying to prevent, right? Maybe the wraith?
Right tower's gonna go down.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe this is significant.
He's got 2 things that shoot air 1 at a time every 3 seconds.
And they're about to peace out.
Yeah, they're about to peace out. That's very painful.
Yeah.
That's very painful. There you go. And that's game.
I mean, just really well played by Argoniur, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Firmly in the driver's seat the whole time.
Yeah, I think the suck is such an expensive tech and also unnecessary. I think what he really needed was to get the chaff clear, because once the chaff cleared, this marksman will start shooting at the wraith, and you don't have to worry about damage from the wraith. I think he was going about it the wrong way. He was trying to use suck to prevent damage from the wraith, where in reality he could have just destroyed the wraith in the first place. Well, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you on the next one.